He was pretty pumped. Again, round number 2, elimination round. Out here we go, out the back. Airam Cabrera in green.
Late drop. Gets nice on the rails. Shut down pretty hard. No exit.
Oh, my. So here we are, round number 2. Heat number 2, out in the water. I'm going to put something on Facebook right now. I can only get to so many names, so tell me something. Where are you at? Boom, there it is, going up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Check us out. Get on Facebook, IBA World Tour. Let us know where you're tuning in from. This is it. 30-minute heats. Top 2 waves are scored, 15 wave maximum, and here is where we're at with heat number 2. You see heat number 10, that's the 10th heat in the main event, but in fact, it's the second heat in round number 2. Sasha Specker, hold my.
8 points. That was such a good wave. He came out of that peak with so much control, so much speed, and just connected perfectly with the lip. And then on top of that, landed perfectly in the pocket, back on the foam ball, tube right out. Well worthy of the tail pop claim, I say, Manny.
Are you anxious to get out there?
It looks pretty fun.
It looks perfect.
I wouldn't mind getting out there at all. I know the tide's dropping out really fast because we've got big tide changes today. So, we've still got another nearly hour and a half until the next round. So, it's probably going to change quite dramatically. But right now, I know it looks sick out there. And these guys are showing it. Dallas's wave was sick too. That's 3-8. Barrel ride, roll, and an invert.
Amazing. And you know what? The judges are really good at being consistent. If they would have gave Dallas a super high scoring wave, like an 8 or a 9 on that, they would have to figure out what to do with Sasha's wave, which was, a little bit better. So the judges are on it.
Yeah. They know how to scale an event. They're all experienced, well and truly experienced. And, it's not an easy task when you've got such sick waves coming through and guys busting every wave. The scale is so important. There's a nice pit for Airam. He's rolled out of that too, I believe. Maybe even flipped, but didn't quite pull it off.
Airam Cabrera, a local rider here from the Canary Islands. He loves this left. Look at that, Sasha Specker on a smaller inside wave.
He's wedging up big time. What's he got? Oh, he's looking for a second move. Oh.
Alentejo. Look at this, Sasha on the inside.
Nice barrel. Looking for the end section.
Oh,
Boom.
can he hold it? Yes.
And another section. No, that was...
Sasha's just having a heyday out there.
Yeah, that was a nice head. You could see Dallas just scratching for that wave, but I think Sasha must have had priority.
Wow. Sasha Specker putting it
Just
down.
over a minute remaining. Dallas is still out there. He knows this is the business end.
Braxton is tuned in from Australia. As you take a look at Sasha one more time. Nice, clean little barrel right there. Not super deep, but, you know, he was still in the pit and then comes out with a giant ARS. Perfectly timed. Lands on the foam ball. Almost gets another little cover up on the inside and kicks out. He is relaxed.
He's looking in good rhythm, that's for sure. Elliot out the back's looking pretty comfortable there, just chatting to his Canarian mates.
Braxton is tuned in from Australia. Moises in bodyboard Espino in Spain. Matt from Newcastle. Harry in David's house. Daniel is in Yanchep. David also tuned in from the Azores. Jason, Port Macquarie, Sam in Perth, and Will, Sunny Coast. Thank you all for tuning in. This is the NMD versus Fronton Pro, brought to you by Alpha Campaign, URiding.com, 662-MOM, and like down to the last 10 seconds.
Oh, there's Dallas there just shaking hands with Elliot. He knows it's over. Bit of a sad moment.
One of 5 riders to go down in those top 16 seeds is Dallas Singer. So Dow may have lost his hopes of maintaining his seed for next year. Unfortunate. Oh, he's not going to go out in vain, though. Nice
No.
big backflip.
Yeah.
Oh, my. That was
We got
insane.
some action straight up for this next heat.
Look at Sasha on the inside scrambling to get over to the shoulder. But look at the left. First wave of the heat in white.
Joan Florentine, I think that was.
All right, we're going to get Jeff Hubbard in here just after this wave exchange. But look at this. Yellow, drop it in. Nice, clean bottom turn. Pulls under the lip. Not much of a deep barrel. Now he's waiting for that inside section.
Big roll.
Clean roll right there for, I believe, in yellow. That looked like Nelson Mora from the Canary Islands coming all the way to the inside. So, Hardy, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sitting in for the first 2 heats. What are you up to for the rest of the day?
Yeah, I'll just be watching with a lot of excitement these last 2 heats go down. And then, just be on standby in case our round 3's on. Oh, there's big move going down for Brahim. Nice big invert.
Looked like he just flew in from Morocco, just on the other side of the channel here in Africa, but that was insane. Good air maneuver for Brahim. I don't think he's ever got that high in his life. That was amazing. So, Ryan Hardy, thank you for coming in here for the first 2 heats. Next up, Jeff Hubbard.
Cheers, Manny. No worries. And everyone stay tuned for the action for these next couple of days that are coming because the forecast is looking mental and it's going to get scary.
Yes.
Shoots. See ya.
All right, thanks, Hardballs, for tuning in. For sitting in here for round number 2, the first 2 heats. Woo! Look at this, out the back in the red jersey, Johan Florentine. No, I'm sorry. That is up and riding in red. Yeah, Jonathan Vega. Oh, we lose him in the foam ball. Looked like we had a split peak in there as well. Hubby Guys is getting situated.
Yeah, trying to get the mic. Not the easiest mic we got. Slipping all over. But I think I'm on. I think I'm in. Working. And it's been pretty cool.
Let's fix this. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Heat number 3, round number 2, out in the water. And Manny V here with Jeff Hubbard. We're going to get situated right here.
There's Sasha Specker trying to come in on your screen from the last heat. Sasha dominated that heat in just fine form. He is just killing it softly, as we like to say. This is a legend. So that was cool to see him make it. And next we got, right now, Jonathan Vega. And
It's that little thing right there. It's a
Yeah.
little weight.
yeah, Nelson Mora, Brahim Douche, and Johan Florentine in this heat. Ripping it up, heavy heat. All these heats are hard. Gosh, what do we say, Manny?
We see 2 trialists, Brahim and Johan, making it here into round number 2, facing off with the 2 strong Canary Island riders. And looks like Brahim got another wave after that, or Yeah, we'll bring you up to speed right now. Everything's pretty hectic. Yes, Brahim Idosh on this one.
Watch this invert, man. He just goes straight on the ball and just flies, just kicks, and drops about 25 feet down. It was a gigantic invert, and we'll see what it gets scored. It was on a left-hander, and sometimes the lefts don't score, which was split peaks and less water on the reef means some treacherous conditions here at El Fronton. I mean, it's already heavy enough at high tide. You put in the low tide. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Nelson
Big
Mora.
roll. He's not done, Manny. Look at what he does.
Oh.
Local knowledge, brah. As we like to say. Big time move by Nelson Mora. He just loves that big stuff. That was a solid wave. Took off straight to the lip. Big roll. Got most of the points right there, but he continued on. Got a little cover up and another roll. And wow, what's happening, Manny? Looks like a double peak scenario again.
A little paddle scramble right here, trying to find that position, and everybody was not in position. And the wave didn't look that promising either. But oh my, the right looked perfect right there.
Man, it is just gnarly. Look at it, but you see it looks spits, and then all of a sudden it runs really fast again on as it bends west. And oh, look at this, up and riding, Guillermo Cobo?
No, Jonathan Vega.
Vega. Oh man, he is just another crazy wild card.
Oh, can he come out of the second barrel on the inside? No, it pinches on him, and he gets caught behind the section. Jonathan Vega, another talented local rider, coming at you in the red jersey in this heat. And I think we saw a split peak on that, a little on the left.
Yeah.
It could have been Johan Florentine.
I think you're right. Johan Florentine went left and got a score. But in the lead at the moment, Brahim with 2 6-point rides, looking pretty strong for that barrel and that invert. But look at, here's what we missed. Johan Florentine, big air forward.
Oh,
wow.
Look how high he is.
That was huge. Oh, he just came unglued on the landing. He bounced hard. He just kind of didn't ride flow through it. It hit and just impact just absorbed him. He was flying.
You are one of the, Dallas Singer, he's unfortunately will not be on the top 24 seeds, although he's all smiles. He
was ripping, man.
He was ripping, though. That giant backflip at the very end.
There's Nelson's wave, big roll, and sets up for another roll right here. Sits in the pocket, barrel, big roll again. That was a nice wave for Nelson to get his started on this campaign.
What I'm noticing from the local riders and the veterans that have been here many a times is that they just look so cool and collected on each of their waves. I mean, there's no stressing on what's going to come up next, because I think they know what's coming up next and they prepare for it.
Yeah, hey.
If they can.
We like to think so. Are we really? Hey, as long as it looks good, right on. But yeah, it's hectic out there, so we're trying our best to pretend we know what's going on. But man, it's fun. It's a fun wave, though. You take off on the right wave, and you just know you're going to get deep barrel or a huge ramp. You're just psyched. I mean, look at the playground we got out there.
Okay, so you're an aerial acrobat when it comes to big moves on the bodyboard. Is this one of your favorite waves?
Yeah, this is like one of the best bodyboard waves in the world, bar none. Easily. And great for airs. I mean, gosh, it's probably better for huge, gigantic pits, but you can get some massive ramps out here, and it's pretty intense. The other day, it was like 1 foot, 2 foot. I hit a big air reverse on a wave and just landed and just got smashed and bashed the reef pretty hard. I mean, it's not forgiving. When it's 1 foot or 10, it can crush you.
I've seen some of the old footage from Guillermo Tamega, who was one of the first foreign bodyboarders to come down here and attack Fronton full on. Where has it been? Where has it gone from those times, which I believe in the mid to late 90s, to where it is now?
Well, I mean, just the level of riding. I think everyone's at this high level. Back then, it was just a few guys. The locals were Locals are starting off, and now the locals are just dominating the scene here every day. I mean, it's a daily occurrence that these guys go out and just rip the S out of these waves, so it's really cool, man. And so when we come over, we're already like, wow, these locals are ripping. We better rip too. So we have to step up our game, if we want to compete at the same level they are. And yeah, it's cool ending the tour here because it's such a, how good this wave can be. So you really beef it up and try and get excited for it.
Very climactic end to a 2012 IBA Grand Slam World Tour, ending right here at Fronton, one of the best bodyboarding waves in the world, as I quote a lot of the riders. A lot of situations coming down to the wire, including a world title race between yourself and Dave Winchester. Guys, new faces coming into the World Tour's seeded list for next year, and some of them getting knocked out. So very climactic event here at the NMD versus Fronton Pro. And if you're tuning in, we can't thank you enough for watching from all over the world. If you are tuning in, you got a couple minutes, get on your phone, get on the computer, type away, tell your buddies who are sleeping at their girlfriend's house and they're not watching, tell them to tune in. We got round number 2, the elimination round. This could be your last time where you see some of your riders competing in this event. So tune in. Here we are, round number 2, round number 2, heat number 3. Oh my!
Doctor, as we like to say. So we turned away, and Brahim just did a gigantic air reverse. Man, Brahim is on fire today. And look, T-Peck, Johan Florentine from Union Island driving. What's he going to do?
Didn't really use the projection off the lip, but still was able to pull off that roll. Look at this on the inside.
Nice bottom turn, man. It's going off out there, man. It's pretty intense. The winds are like a light onshore. So I mean, when you look at these waves, it's not like a user-friendly takeoff because you see it crumbling down the line. So you're just really hoping it opens up. And so look at Johan here, just gets spit out of this huge barrel and like, okay, what he's going to do? Just rolls it. Not the cleanest of moves, but hey, you got to move after, so that's great already. So he's already, might better his scores, which was a 3 something, so that might help him move into second position, which is currently held by Nelson Mora.
Well, we do want to point out that these side angles that we're showing you on the monitor are not what the judges are seeing, and from the front angle, you can tell how much longer they are in the barrel or how high they get on the big moves, just like Brahim on this big reverse air from Brahim. If he would have pulled that off, big scores.
Yeah, that was going to be a big score from a left-hander, maybe one of the better ones we've seen because he flew out in front of the wave. He telegraphed it. The reverse pushed him into the flats, and he landed really almost. Looked like he was going to ride out of it, but I mean, it's so powerful. And there's this other side wave that came through and probably knocked him off his board. Look at this set. What's going to happen here?
Oh,
there's some
my.
lines coming.
Is anybody in position? That is the
geez.
question. Look at that.
No takers, Manny.
Oh. Meat grinder coming into the inside, and then it reforms into this monster.
Yeah, just cut out.
Oh, my.
Yeah, you already got the job done if you made that barrel. That was intense. So, I mean, these are some great waves coming in. We want to see these locals, Nelson Mora and Jonathan Vega. These guys are specialists out here, and they just charge so hard. And I'm really excited to see these guys grab a wave and just go for it. Up and riding.
Nelson Mora in the yellow jersey, big backdoor section. Can he come out of that, or did the whitewash? No, he made it past that section. Comes out. He is stoked. That thing just heaved on the shallow shelf right here at Fronton. That thing was a gutter.
That was awesome, man. He definitely was. He had been pushed down to third. He had to get a better than a 3.3, and that's going to be maybe his best wave of the heat. That was a great wave. And look, up and riding, Johan Florentine, nice scoop in. Oh, my gosh, it just went dry, man. He hit the step, man. There's a gnarly step out there. And if you're behind it or above it, it's hectic. You want to be underneath it and get through it.
That was ugly. He looks okay, though. I mean, a lot of riders have been coming out of the water hurt, mostly the knees. We've seen Jack Johns taking a knee straight to the reef, and unfortunately, he's out of the water for the next 2 weeks. And Sam Bennett was another one. Look at this, up and riding.
Jonathan Vega, man, big invert.
Oh, my.
That was good to see. He needed to get a score, and he's finally got his first real scoring wave on the board. And now he's back in this heat. Brahim's still in first place with those 2 6-point rides. Nelson Mora is going to come through with a decent score here. We're going to wait to see what it is. And Johan Florentine got a 6-point. Oh, wow, that was cute.
That was kind of cute from Brahimi Dosh on the left, split peak. That's what he did. Did not pull it off. Heads back out.
Yeah, so Johan Florentine got a 6.0 on that big right we saw, Manny, where he did a barrel and rolled out of it. So that was his best wave. And so Nelson's going to need to get a 5.22 if he wants to jump into second. And he jumps all the way to first with that big left-hander. So he goes, it's a 6.8 and goes all the way to first place with that huge left. And Jonathan Vega got a 5.88 for this big invert. Which was great, man. That was a
perfect landing.
Invert, yeah. I think it just wasn't a set wave, so they couldn't give it more of a score, but it was technically perfect for the size of wave he did and got a good score. But like I said, he's back in the heat, Manny. He only needs some 6-pointers to get up into first and second, so it's really cool.
They've been all tight heats from the start of the competition today, but we're going to come back to the live action. Actually, we may even do a picture-in-picture. We do have the winner of the last heat with Alex Leon. Alex, where you at, brother?
Yeah, thanks, Manny. Down here with that last heat winner, Sasha Specker. Look at little Grommet, eh? He's frothing.
Yeah, super stoked. The waves are just pumping out there. Just turned on about 10 minutes before that first heat, before mine, and I was just pumped when I got back up here, got my vest. I just wanted to get out there. I was frothing.
Yeah, he managed to get that first nice one, inverting, landed back in the barrel on that right-hander and rode out that pit.
It was sick. I knew it was on from the get-go. As soon as that buzzer went, it was just wedges going across the reef. So I was just pumped. I was excited.
Looks pretty shallow too out there. You can see the reef through the face of the wave.
Yeah, I had a bit of on my second wave. I actually ended up running up the rock, so it's super shallow, kind of dangerous. But the waves are good, and the guys are giving it horns. You know, everyone in my last heat had 7s at least, 1 or 2 8s. So performance is incredible.
Yeah, and we saw you lost your board. Right, talk us through what happened there where you lost your board.
I was actually okay. I didn't lose my board. It was the next heat, and I was stuck out there, so I ended up being a board caddy. Okay. And it was just timing, lucky for Jonathan Vega, who's out there on an excellent board right now.
And now you've qualified for next year for the Grand Slam. Pretty stoked about that. You're going well in this event. You must be pretty happy.
Yes, things have been going good for me. Just been a good couple of weeks, and I don't know, I just put my head down and gave it everything I had these last couple of months, and it's paid off.
Yeah, well, you're surfing well, extremely well, and good luck for the rest of the event. You're in round 3 now, and I want to say a shout out to anyone.
Yes, thanks to all the guys at home and my family and everyone who supported me along the way. And Jared Gibson for making me an epic board. Thank you.
There you have it. All right, back to you, Manny. Thanks for that.
Welcome back. Yes, so that was Johan Florentine with a big backflip right there on the exit, but unfortunately did not pull it off. So congratulations to Sasha Specker, who's been on fire.
Yeah, he's just on, man. And here, look at Johan bottom turning, sizing up the section, and does a gigantic backflip. It looked really pretty in a photo, that's for sure. Just couldn't hold on. He just, the rave kind of just died out as he landed. And yeah, he's in 3rd place at the moment. He does need only a 6.3 to be second. And Jonathan Vega is in 4th place, needing a 6.5 to be second. And in the lead, Nelson Moore, and 2nd place, Brahim Madouche. These guys are holding on, and look at these waves. That's the scary thing, man. Look, any of these waves are good. And what's Johan going to do here? A nice invert.
Oh, nice.
And he's got to get out of there. It's shallow. So, I mean, he needs a 6.3, and Jonathan Vega had a bigger invert and only got a 5.88, so I'm not just judging off that. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but, I mean, it was a great invert. But I remember Jonathan's wave looked a little bigger and a nicer invert, so I'm not sure if he's going to get the 6 for that, Manny.
Well, that's what it comes to. I mean, when we come down to the wire last 10 minutes, it's all about, wave selection. And, I mean, you have to get those big scoring waves. If you don't get them, that is pretty much the time's going to run out on you. So the priority system, how crucial is it?
Well, in a wave like this, you really want to be on the best waves because there's so many good waves. You see all the riders just ripping. You want to make sure you're on the best waves and doing the best moves. Look at Brahim again. Oh, big backflip. He's not done. Maybe.
He actually didn't even use the lip to project. He actually just used the speed off of the bottom turn to be able to pop off of the face and pull that off. Will not be a super high scoring wave, but it is a maneuver, and I don't know how he pulled that off, though.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. That he's able to do that, and look at that, just beast. I mean, it's intense out there. There's some, a lot of these guys are going left because it's a little more, user friendly at the moment. It's not wrapping in on itself, Manny, and that's as the tide bottoms out and this new west swell grows, it's just kind of bending around the right, and see how it's just closing out there. You got to make sure you're get out of there and get your score done. And look, up and riding, Jonathan Vega. You know, he needs a big score, and he's a local out here, man. He can do anything. What's he gonna do? Just big roll. That was heavy.
Just puts his head down and punches through the lip.
He sure did, man. He sure did. I don't know if he needed to do that, but up and here we go. Nelson Mora. He's famous for those things. Oh my! He is famous for doing that. And if he lands, he looked like he landed it. If he rides out of it, it's going to be a big score and really going to solidify his first place position.
Oh, that is not what you want to happen in your heat, and that is lose your board, break your leash, and lose your board. As you can see in red, Jonathan Vega, I mean, he's a good buddy of his. He pointed in the direction. He wasn't going to go grab it because it's just in the danger zone. Here's another look.
Bing, he just goes huge. And he's a big guy. Nelson's a big guy. Oh, face plant. It holds on, and then I was hoping he'd ride out of it, but maybe he didn't, Manny. They may not score him on that. It was a great attempt. And, you know, you losing your board here is not a cakewalk. I mean, you got to.
He's pissed.
It's pretty much almost game over in these scenarios. You got to have two boards. You got to have one on the beach. Got to some of the boys throw it out for you, or you can come grab it. It's treacherous.
And you can't come in there. He essentially, unless he's got some very big cojones, he can come in on the right-hand side. But that
look
is
where he's standing. So, I mean, it's just getting shallower and shallower, and he's trying to find his board first. It's either you got to find it and then wait. Oh, you actually got to go get it. So, I mean, coming in there is pretty hectic. It's not no board. You know, body surf up on the dry rock. I mean, you can do it if you're.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be worth it, though. But so the only option would be get out to the outside, come around back to the takeoff zone, which was on the left-hand side of the wave, and try all over again. But here he is trying to make a decision. Do I come in and grab my board, or do I paddle out and just go around the whole peak and come in from the other side?
Yeah, he'd have to motor pretty hard, Manny, if he wants to go around. And so, lucky thing he's in first, so he's got a little cushion.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
so that helps him at this moment, but it doesn't give him much sense of urgency maybe either. So that could not be the best thing.
He's trying to spot the board, which may be onto the cliff right there, and and if it's on the cliff, there's no way it's gonna, you know. I mean, it could get washed back out onto the water, but look, here's another look. We're gonna try to hold off and play this all the way through and see what happens. Lands the air, big impact, and he still tries to ride it through right here. He's holding on, and then somewhere in there he just lets go, and for whatever reason, leash plug. It could be the leash itself, and right there loses his board, and he's upset right there. He's like, "Oh, come on!"
Yeah, come on.
There he is, still waiting on the inside, trying to figure out what he should do. If he's trying to paddle in right here, look at, you're just going to see the reef just surging. You can see it on the foreground, on the bottom of your monitor. It's pretty much just dry reef right there. But this guy, I'm sure he's done this before.
Yeah, you know what? He's grown up here, so I'm sure this has happened to him before. He knows what he's doing, but there's so much water moving, man. This is a rising swell, dropping tide. I don't think, you know, it's a position he wouldn't want to normally be in under any circumstances, let alone in a heat with a time counting down. The good news is he's in first. Brahim's in second, Johan's in third, and Vega's in fourth. So he's got a little cushion. Those guys need some pretty big scores to jump ahead of him and push him down to third. So, you know, we'll see what happens for Nelson. He's just it's going to be really impressive to see him out here. See Nelson. They all need sixes, so they all need a 6.26, 6.3, and a 6.5, which are not easy scores to get. It's not like you can just go take off and bang a move on a medium-sized wave. You have to catch a set wave, get pitted, or do a big move off a set if you're going to get that medium to high 6. It's not a gimme. It's not a gimme score under any circumstances. Taking off on a wave here,
especially when you have, you know, the 4-man priority system in place. If you see a perfect wave come in and you're in the perfect spot, but the person with priority is behind you and, you know, calls you off, you have to pull back, and there goes, you know, an opportunity. But a lot of variables are at stake to get those 6-point whatever rides, and definitely a tough job for Johan and Jonathan Vega, but not impossible.
Oh, definitely not impossible. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left. The waves are pumping. If this good wave quality set comes in and these guys are in the right position, they can definitely get that score if they time it right. They do have a little bit of onshore breeze at the moment. It looks like it's picked up a notch just from looking outside our window, Manny. I see the wind is not as favorable as it was during the first two heats. It's getting a little hectic out there, but here up and riding, Johan and Brahim. Johan straight off the bottom. That was nice. Now that was something he needed, a 6.3 to go to second.
That could be
That could be a 6.3. It was a little more critical than an invert. A nice, surprising move, and it could be what he needs to take out Brahim, which could be unfortunate. But Brahim went left, so we don't know what Brahim did. Brahim could have done something massive, and here we go. I'm sure the boys are lining it up for us. Thank you. And here we go. Look at Brahim setting up a huge section. What did he do? He did a gigantic backflip as well. Now, whose is better? If he lands this, you're going to say they're both the same almost. See, gosh, Brahim's was wicked, and so was there's. We have to give him almost the same points.
Yeah,
don't
I know.
you?
It's going to be very interesting. I would probably say the same. I mean, both of them did almost exactly the same move, but maybe I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to leave it there and let the judges
handle that. This will be interesting.
one.
I'm really excited to actually see what scores drop, considering they're both the same move on the same wave. Just one went right, one went left. It's going to be really cool. We'll see Johan's again. See, straight up. He did more of an ARS, and but he lands a little cleaner than Brahim. That was maybe that could be the factor. Less critical move, but more a cleaner landing, Manny.
And then I don't know if we can pull up Brahim's last wave while we wait for these sets to roll in. But Brahim, yes, he looked like he may have got a little bit more upward projection, but his landing was not as clean, obviously, as Johan.
It was still a land, and it was still going to be good points. It just might not be as clean if you're comparing, just taking the tiniest details on that. We'll see.
Johan is still, Johan, if he comes up with a 6.3 or better, that will take that second place spot. Again, this is round number 2, an elimination round. Top 2 riders will advance on, and 2 riders will call it an event. Look at this, up and riding. Johan Florentine on the left, comes around the section, big roll on the lip right there, and pulls it off and kicks out. So the left's quick, short, either it's going to be a big cave of a barrel or just a big one maneuver wave. Here we go. Jonathan Vega.
Wow. Little barrel. He's not done here.
Mistiming.
Mistiming, Vega. You're going to have to. Oh, he's still trying. Wow. He better cut out. There's 2.5 minutes left. He can still do this. He needs a big score. Brahim. So the score for Johan was a 6.35, and the score for Brahim was a 5.38, Manny. So it was a point difference. One went right, one went left. Cleaner landing on the right. The point difference points to Florentine. He jumps to second place. Brahim down to third. Vega still in fourth. Nelson sitting pretty in first place.
Oh, my.
And so, but, Brahim only needs a 6.26 to jump ahead of him. And Vega...
Here's another look at Johan's last wave. Just a big roll on the left. Nothing very special, spectacular, but it was something.
Yeah, he got a score there. He was in third priority since Nelson's not out there. But here's Vega's wave. Gets a little cover up, and he's looking for this section, and he just
right there.
It just died off for him, and he's bummed out because he knows he needs a mid-range score, and he's frustrated to be in this position again. It happened in his other heat. We're just needing a mid-6, and he just couldn't find the set waves to complete his moves on. And so, maybe, I'm not sure if the time's correct on here, but Brahim, again, he's in third place. He needs something big.
Can he come out of this? I think
he bounced on that bottom turn, Manny. That was heavy.
So, no. Now he's got to deal with this thing coming on crushing all over him.
Nelson
big backdoor section. Can he come out of that? Of course, it's Nelson Mora. He is stoked. Big cavern of a barrel right there for Nelson Mora. He's just going to solidify that first place spot with that wave right there.
Yep, he got his board back, Manny, and he's got out the lineup and caught the bomb. Imagine that. Everyone was out there waiting for that wave that would have taken them the lead, but they weren't able to do it.
So it looks like Nelson Mora is just going to hold on to that first place spot. Now it's coming down to the last minute. Here's another look of Nelson Mora. Oh, look how deep that is.
That was impressive. Local knowledge.
Oh, my.
And he's happy with that. He's, that's not, He's in a contest, probably does that, a lot during the free surfs, but in a contest to get that wave, he's stoked. 3 other guys out in the water. Usually this place would be 500 riders deep at the moment, and he's pretty psyched. I mean, we got some sets coming. I don't know if they're going to come in time for these riders. 30 seconds. We will see, Manny. I see some lines coming. I wonder if our boys are going to catch this wave. No, 30 seconds left. These guys are duck diving this big set. 20 seconds.
Oh my! Look at this on the left. Just a quick turn of the camera, and here we are with a big barrel from Johan Florentine, who's currently in second.
Yep.
It is Brahim Idosh and Jonathan Vega who are on the hunt for those waves. If not, they're going to be stuck in that 3rd and 4th place position. And ladies and gentlemen, that might be the end of the road. Yes. Oh my! Let's get an official results. As these last scores drop, look at that thing just unload on the shallow reef right there. Oh, my. Woo!
Yeah, that was cool.
Hope you guys, as these guys start their heat, we're going to take a quick, short break. We'll be back right after this. One of my favorite things is the ads. I mean, they're getting, I thought they couldn't get any better, and then they just show up and getting better and better. That right there was big.
That was some big waves in Porto. That was earlier this year in August. We were down there just free surfing, and it was fun to see. And I know Josh and I got some great waves down there. We had a lot of fun. And it's nice to get some footage. Josh edited that. He's great at editing. He's great at filming. He's great at riding. It's pretty impressive. Josh Garner, all around good guy, bodyboarder, rides for 662. But up and riding, we have a big time ramp.
Oh my! Right off the bat, the rider in white. Oh, that was Diego Cabrera. Did he pull it off? I don't know if he was behind the wave on that, but look at this in red, sneaking under the lip right there. Amaury Laverne, your 2011 world champion. Nice clean barrel with his spin to top it off. But that was big.
That was awesome, Manny. That was really impressive. Straight away, Diego Cabrera, local, he's a local Canary Islander, lives in Tenerife, but, he's here. He's got second at this contest before. He's a really great rider out here, and he just did a huge air reverse up and, but we saw Maury, who's now living here, living in the Canary Islands, just down the road. He's moved here from Reunion. He's now a local Canary Islander. He's out here showing what he's made of. It's the, I'm sure he didn't want to be in this round 2, but he's here. He's out here. He's focused. I see him running, training. He's gnarly, man. He is a gnarly rider out here, and I know he's, and found himself in a gnarly heat. But I think, he's so talented. He can pull this off. Look at Diego, man. Boom, out of the bowl, huge.
That was massive right there. Let's see if he pulled it off. That's the question.
I mean, he might have landed and then got chopped by that other oncoming whitewater. I don't know. It was just so heavy from that angle. It's impossible to tell. But I did see him when Maury was paddling back out or cut out. I saw him in the whitewater paddling, so it wasn't a good sign. You'll see Maury here just stop, drop, and get pitted, spit out. Okay, nice spin for the boys to show the judges I got some control. But then look, see, there's Diego.
Oh yeah.
So it looks like he might have got washed in.
Yeah, it looks like the judges also agreed. A 1.83 is what they're going to give him. Even though it was a massive maneuver, he did not pull it off in front of the wave. So, unfortunately for Diego. But not a bad start. I mean, it's good to get the bones loose and getting ready and rocking. Yeah, and this was what just went down as we were watching the other replay.
Yeah, Ruben Redondo, a local. He seems like a true local out here. I think he lives in Galdar, as far as I know, the Galdar area, I think. And he's been out here all the time. He's one of those guys that's first one's out, first one's, last one's in. Puts in a lot of time out here, and a really nice guy. And he gets some great waves, and he really knows this reef really well, Manny.
He's out. Was he chilling right here with his girlfriend and little kid?
That's a great question. I don't know, Manny.
Okay, I think that was him, and great family right there. But ladies and gentlemen, this is it. 25 minutes out of the 30-minute heats. Top 2 waves are scored. Top 2 riders will advance on to round number 3. Third and fourth place finishers in this heat, we'll call it an event, an equal 25th and an equal 29th respectively for the event, the NMD versus Fronton Pro. Round number 2, heat number 4, out in the water. Amaury Laverne currently leading the charge in the red jersey from Reunion Island. In the green jersey, Ruben Redondo from the Canary Islands, Diego from the Canary Islands in third, and Dalos Rodriguez in fourth. All the Canary Island guys are on the hunt for that Reunion Island rider for that first place spot. These Canary Island riders, on any given day when it's 6 to 8 foot, oh my, it's a sight to see.
It is indeed, man. These guys are freaking amazing. They are on top of it. And Amaury Laverne's pretty tight the last couple months out here with all the locals, just surfing it every day and just incredible conditions leading up to the contest. Just saw some footage of him, and he's just charging, ripping, and I like really surfing out here with him. He's really pushes himself, and you know it shows. He's got a 5.7 just straight off the bat. That's how he likes to start a heat off, really strong. And you know now he's in the priority situation with everyone. He's and we'll see. He might have second priority, probably beat the other guys out there, and he's in a good spot going forward in this heat.
I actually saw him jogging along the boardwalk at La Guancha with his lady, like in the early morning. So yeah, he's a pretty happy camper right now.
Oh yeah, he's got his girlfriend over here. They have a great pad overlooking El Hierro and La Guancha. It's really nice.
Oh, so they're right here.
They're right there.
Oh
they can, his girlfriend videos from the house.
Oh,
So it's great.
Look at this, a nice little quick barrel right there for
Yeah,
our
he makes it out.
Ruben Redondo in the red jersey, the Canary Island rider. Nice little barrel right there. 2.5 is what he got on his first wave, and then we're going to wait to see what that one is. It's weird that we see this kind of one heat, ton of waves. Next heat slows down, and it looks like this heat is slowed down just a bit as far as Mother Nature is concerned. Look at that barrel.
Yeah, just makes it out, and you know it'll be little points for him, and he'll get warmed up. He's got plenty of time. He's just warming the gears up, and why not catch a wave? And nothing's happened. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Welcome once again, everybody. Jeff Hubbard and myself, Manny V, bringing you the live feed, NMD versus Fronton Pro, right here in the outskirts of Galdar on the northwest side of Gran Canaria. Also brought to you by You Riding, Alpha Campaign, 662 Mob, and like. We do have dual streaming today, which means you can watch in HD or on your mobile phone. Out the back, here we go, up and riding. Dalos Rodriguez.
Wow.
Oh, my.
Big jump there.
Woo.
Can he hold on, Manny? That's the question. Oh, he
Oh.
doesn't make it. Wow, great job by our cameraman to catch that. And look, Amaury Laverne up, barrel, flip. He's not
Nice.
done. Probably going to do a roll. And man, he is a contest beast.
Oh.
Great to see that.
He's one of those guys that can just put combination of maneuvers in a small distance on the wave. Definitely one of the most fit bodyboarders on the tour, Amaury Laverne. And if you ever seen him during just during the candid shots, you'll see him probably doing splits or just bending his body in so many different ways that only he could do. So here's the current situation.
Yeah, Ruben Redondo jumped up into first those two little waves, but look at Daliso's nice invert. He jumps really high and then falls, but he just gets blasted as soon as he fell. He falls almost into a trough, and he stopped, and he went backwards. But look at this, the sea, man. I love this view.
Yes, Diego Cabrera taking a look at this view on the right-hander. Nice bottom turn, draws his line.
Wow.
Nice and tight, engaged, and full of speed. Comes out of that barrel. Nice roll.
Nice
and kicks
job.
out. That is textbook Diego Cabrera.
Textbook Diego, man. We really like to see that type of riding from him. And that's going to be the best score of this heat. Deep barrel to roll. You got to love it.
Diego Cabrera, he's one of those riders who just has not the best of luck in competition. But here he is. He's happy to be in his home, one of his local breaks. And here he is getting some barrel rides. He's loving it.
Yeah, I mean, his luck goes both ways, man. I'd say sometimes he has bad luck, and then sometimes he has really good luck. We've seen him ripping in contests and getting some great results. He won at Confatal a few years ago, and he got second out here a few years ago. I mean, so he's done well. He's got some stats, and you just how it is. You win some, you lose some, and here he is showing us how to win some. driving through the barrel. It's chandeliering, and he just sees the exit, comes out clean, and he knows exactly what the judges want to see, rolling afterwards. He's done the hard yards, cuts out, paddles back out with it. A good score to finally get in this heat. He finally feels probably a pretty good rhythm with 20 minutes remaining. I think it's good times.
We're still waiting for that score to drop for Diego Cabrera. It looks like the riders getting in position. Little paddle battle or a little paddling, trying to get ready for the set coming in.
It was a big set, man. It exploded hard, and these guys are paddling hard out to make sure they get in position. Yep, split of the peak. Dallas and Diego. Daliso.
Oh, look at that cave.
Yeah.
Nice. Stayed open for Delos Rodriguez, the Canary Island rider. Nice little carve right there on the inside. It was a split peak. It was Diego Cabrera on the left, but nice, clean, open barrel right there for Delos.
Yep, he's back in this heat as well. So we got a heat on our hands. I mean, these guys, locals know how to ride it this size. I mean, he is a true local. He just surfs out here all the time, and you can tell he just picked that wave up perfectly. Now look at
Diego Cabrera.
Diego coming out.
Oh.
Whoa, telegraphing that roll. Got a barrel. Kind of makes it. Kind of, it's a tough one for the judges, but that it'll be a secondary score for him. It'll be something. He got a 7.38 for his first wave, so he's really looking good. But look at this one. Set wave. Engage the bottom turn. Pitted.
Look at that.
Drives again. Comes out quick and clean. Little cutty for the boys. Foam jammer. Cutty. Nice.
I think he realized this camera angle was on him, so he did a little quick sponsor show right
Sponsor
there.
plug. Little jam turn for the guys. We'd like to see that. And threw a little bit of, threw some weight around, threw some spray. A lot of control.
All right, so we have Delos Rodriguez in the yellow jersey, still waiting for his score to drop. We do have Ryan Hardy ready to interview the winner of the last heat. Ryan, where you at?
Gracias, Manny. Estamos aquí con el ganador de la última manga, Nelson Mora. Nelson, tuviste unas buenas olas en la izquierda. Nelson, pasaste primero.
Sí, la verdad que tuve dos buenas izquierdas que se me quedaron bastante bien. Pero sí estaba un poco nervioso porque no sabía si las derechas iban a estar funcionando porque estaba el viento un poco raro. Pero bueno, finalmente pude escoger algunas izquierdas que yo creo que me salvaron. Mala suerte por mi compañero Jonathan, que perdió su buoy en la primera ola y a lo mejor las cosas hubieran sido distintas. Pero bueno, tuve bastante suerte y aproveché las olas que cogí.
Buena. Nelson, ¿sabes? ¿Conoces esa ola más de todo en el mundo? Di algo sobre esto. ¿Es tu favorita en el mundo o no?
La verdad que es difícil decir que es mi favorita, me gusta mucho la ola, pero dependiendo de las condiciones que haya en cada ola, pues siempre eliges una antes que otra.
Muy bien. Perfecto. ¿Qué piensas de los pronósticos que vienen para los últimos días?
La verdad que mañana tiene muy buena pinta, el suelo ha subido. Mi miedo era que no subiera el suelo lo suficiente, pero bueno, con las condiciones que hay ahora, el viento se va a quitar mañana y seguramente va a haber un buen espectáculo.
Muy bien. ¿Y tienes miedo? ¿Será muy grande mañana?
No, va a estar grande, pero la verdad que estoy motivado. Tengo ganas de que haya condiciones grandes, que es cuando mejor lo podemos demostrar nuestro potencial.
Por supuesto. ¿Y tienes alguien para decir hola y dar los saludos?
Bueno, darle saludos a mi familia, a mi madre, a mi padre, a mi hermano y a todos los compañeros que han venido aquí a verme y los que me están apoyando. Muchas gracias. Y a Faun también.
There you have it. Back to you, Manny. Saludos.
Oh, nice, Cameron. Oh, sorry. the interview's over, and me and Hub are staring at the monitor in amazement as we seen the wave exchange, and it was Amory Laverne's last wave. Oh, my, that was insane.
Yeah, we were psyched to see that. I mean, Maz just got a deep barrel spit out and then, really smartly waited and just popped a nice roll at the end. And look at this one before that. Ruben Redondo just driving hard, and the Shocky just tries to get him, but you see him back there. Oh, he almost come through that. That would have been a huge score. So, but Diego Cabrera jumped in the first, but not for long. Amory Laverne's going to get up there and watch this takeoff.
Look at this.
Set wave, scoops in, and he knows he does this all day long at Fronton. He's pretty psyched here. Deep barrel. Wow, he rode that really well. He comes out and it spits, and he's deep
Oh,
again.
my.
Wow. I'm
And this is the
impressed.
key part about Mods right here. He sets it up for that inside section where he busts out a roll and is able to pull it off out in front of the whitewash. That was almost, that's got to be the highest score of the heat.
Yeah, it definitely was. It was, bigger wave than Diego's. And so Diego had a great wave, barrel to roll, and Amori just got a little bit bigger one. So his is going to be a little bit above that Diego's, I would reckon, and a little more critical. But, man, perfect riding. They're going to be in a good position coming forward for these two guys.
Here's a different angle for Amaury Laverne's last wave. As you can see, the other angle looks like he's not in there that long, but look how deep Amaury was on that wave.
Yeah.
And this was the key part right here. So he slowed it down, timed it for that roll right there, and comes out in front of the whitewash. So a solid wave right there for Maz.
Just a brilliant competitor. Really well done.
Woo.
But he got a 6.45, so it wasn't as, they noticed it wasn't as deep as Diego's. I guess that's what it was. He wasn't in the barrel as long. May not have been as Diego's may not have been as big, but he was in there for
still
deeper.
Solid score.
Yeah, it's a great score. 6.45. It puts him in a good position. But Dallas Rodriguez got a 6.7 for his wave.
Oh my!
So I mean, we got a battle on our hands. Maury is not out of the woods by any shape of the imagination. He's got to prove himself here and throw away that 5.7 because he's got some hard charging locals. With 50 minutes left that only need 5.4 to jump in ahead of him.
Oh, man. We got a game on our hands, people. This is going to be a tight heat. Again, round number 2 is an elimination round. 2 riders advance on to round number 3. In round number 3, they will face off with the first and second place finishers from that first round in the main event. Third and fourth in this heat, we'll call it an event. Unfortunately, 2 riders will have to say that's it.
They got to surf pump and Fronton.
That's right.
With
they
a couple other guys out, they're going to be stoked. They got to really charge it, give it a go. And, they can't be upset because they got to surf great waves this round. The other round was a little small. It was still good by any other connoisseur who pumping. But now they show up, they're surfing just, 5 to 6 foot, maybe a couple bigger sets, maybe. But mostly 4 to 6 foot, just great Fronton. We're stoked.
Hubby, I just looked over to you, and I saw the one component that a lot of riders have at this stage, and that's a timepiece. It is not one of those things you need to have it. If you're going to compete in these conditions with a clock, and the clock can determine whether you're going to be able to have enough time to paddle back out and get another wave or whatever. I don't know if you can show it in. Yes, we can get it. That thing right there is what every bodyboarder competitor should have. Super small. It does the job. Is it a countdown timer or is it a timer?
I'm a watch model. I'm a hand model. Yeah. So it's got a countdown. It's like a kid's watch made by Casio. It's just $12, $10 at Walmart, Kmart, Longstrugs. I just have a few of them. I can travel easy with them. If I hit my head with it, I'm not going to cut myself or anything. And it just does the job. Just tells me what time it is. Tells me the countdown, count up. It's sweet. It's perfect.
Is Mike Stewart the one that started wearing them?
Oh, I started wearing them about 6-7 years ago, and so I started this trend, and now everyone else on the tour wears them, and it's a smart scenario. Wow, Deliso Rodriguez with a great wave. He's not done.
No, look at that.
Wow. Okay, so he got pitted and did 2 rolls. It's going to be his best wave of the heat, and that's going to put him ahead of Amori. So it's going to be a tough job for Maz to come through here.
Delos was looking for a 5.45 on this wave, and I guarantee that is going to be achieved. Look at that nice, clean maneuvering inside of the barrel, maintaining and holds onto his rail and is able to find a lip section right before he comes out. And then, you know what? He holds on for that inside section and extends a roll right there. Delos Rodriguez, the Canary Island rider, piecing together a solid ride right there. That will better his 1.83, his lowest of two top waves. And you know what? That might even catapult him to the number 1 spot if my addition is correct. But we're going to wait for the scores to drop onto our scorecard here.
So it's probably, you're right, probably going to put him in the first. Amori will now need a 6.69 just to get to second.
Hubby, guys, let's take a quick break so we can pay some bills. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. This is the NMD versus Fronton Pro. We got some serious action going down out the back, right off the bat. Diego Cabrera.
Deep hit. Will he make it
my.
out? That was heavy, man.
There's no way he's going to come out of that.
Wow, he'd get really good.
Oh.
I almost thought he did. He looks like he was driving. There he is. Hopefully he's comes up. Looks like he's not too bad in a critical spot.
Oh my! Now
He's
what?
gonna have to duck dive that thing. Oh. Even the 2 foot waves just smoky. Look, he's just like
Knocked him off his board.
Yeah, man, it's powerful.
Oh my!
Great job by him to do that. And what? Daliso Rodriguez's wave came in at a 5.43. We are both dead wrong, Manny. So he has stayed in 3rd position. I guess they're,
Let's take another look at Diego's last wave. It almost looked like he did have an opportunity to make it through there, but the whitewash just grabbed him as he pulled into that barrel. But back to Delos Rodriguez's last wave of 5.43. I thought it was a solid wave, but again, you know what? We could be looking. We look at it from a different angle.
Yeah. So maybe he didn't get barreled much. As much as we thought, and so maybe it was just 2 rolos they're counting instead of a barrel and 2 rolos. So I mean, he surfed it really well, and he got a good score, but it's not enough to get him into 2nd place. So Maury Laverne dodging a nice bullet there. He's still in 2nd. He's trying to improve on a 5.7, and we'll see what happens here. I mean, the judges are really good. They're comparing. They know exactly what they're doing. We're not comparing things from the same angle. We're looking at from different things. There's rights and lefts going on, and they have a lot to do. So they're on it. I think their scoring is probably spot on. If we're saying stuff, it's just our opinions, and it doesn't matter at all.
No, it doesn't. The true outcome is in the hands of the judges, and we got the best judges in the world when it comes to bodyboarding here. Chico Garitano from Brazil has been with us pretty much all year, and he's been doing a great job. Craig Haddon is in the house right now, and he plays the numbers game. He's making sure all the numbers are correct when it comes down to seating, placing, rankings, and all that stuff. So shout out to all those guys. The U Riding commercial, insane. What U Riding is doing this for the next 10 days, as you look at your screen, that's the current situation out in the water with 9 minutes remaining. U Riding is putting together a Wave of the Day competition each day for the next 10 days until the 23rd. U Riding will put a Wave of the Day. You compete on it, and if you come out on top with the biggest points, biggest move, or whatever they decide, you can walk away with real life prizes. T-shirts, for instance, is today. Anchor Point Morocco is the Wave of the Day, so get on there and get playing.
Fun stuff. I mean, U-Riding is just a fun game, and you play it on your computer. And do they have one on your iPhone yet, Manny? I think they're working on it. I heard they're doing some crazy stuff. iPads, iPhones, they're on it. These guys are technically advanced and like computer geniuses over there at U-Riding. We love them, and they're just so cool.
Yes, I think I logged in yesterday to try my hand a little bit, but I'm still working at it. If you're tuning in from all over the world, we thank you for tuning in to the NMD versus Fronton Pro. We have Cody in Sydney, Surfers Yard in Summer Rest, England. Thank you for tuning in. George is in West Oz. Chris is tuned in from the Dirty Jersey. We do also have Dan Bird in Perth. And look at this, up and riding in white, Diego Cabrera on the left-hander.
Our heat leader, he's going to boost. What's he going to do? Massive flip.
Oh, can he turn it around?
Oh, it just stopped on him. I mean, went so high. He went too high and too far over. If he almost pulled it a little smaller, he would have rode out of it cleanly. Into the zone. And what's happening? What are everyone's
look at that.
Concerned? What's everyone concerned about? Looks hectic over there. Big meetings, big time people talking. Interesting stuff. I see a beard. That's all I know is cool beards are cruising, and that's rad. You got the beard.
Yeah, name off some names. We got Jared Houston right there in the red. I saw Nick Omeron.
And Jacob Romero. The boys in the hood.
Alex Uranga was back in there.
Uranga. He got pulled over by the police, but he didn't have any problems.
I think we all did. I got a shakedown on the way here, man. They pulled us over. We checked our pockets, checked the car, make sure we didn't have any contraband, and we were all clear. Look at this. Marie, all clear on this right. Dropping in, holding the rail. Couple little bumps on the bottom turn, but
He's not done. Here it is. Oh, wow.
Gets out of there just in time as it unloads on that inside shallow part of the reef. Woo, that was intense.
It was a big wave. That was a set wave, Manny. That was 6 foot plus.
Oh, look at that.
Top to bottom draining, and he free fell from the top. and looked like he was in a good spot, and then it looked like he was running in a wrap,
Oh.
but then it just wrapped too hard. It was too big and too gnarly, and he had to cut out. He just going into dry reef zone.
If you know that Amaury Laverne's going to come out at a section where he can do a maneuver, you know it's going to be anybody else would cut out. There's no way that anybody would take the balls to go through
No
the
way.
lip right there.
Hell no.
Look at this. More sets coming in out the back. The guys are paddling out to get in position. That is probably the most critical part of riding Fronton is being in the right position, because this wave comes quick and unloads on the shallow reef. Here we go. It is Ruben Redondo.
Yep, he's dropping on a big bottom, big west peak, and he's got to get out of there.
What's he gonna do?
Oh, just diving
Oh,
off, and
my.
that looked heavy, man. He's just, just wrapping so hard. Daliso Rodriguez, third place. He's looking for a big score here, man. He pulls into a deep hit. If he comes out of here, oh my gosh,
Oh my!
he's
Comes
not
out
done.
with the spit.
Wow,
Oh
that was
my.
incredible.
Comes out with the arm in the air
Yeah.
with the spit. That was Delos Rodriguez from the Canary Islands. He's pumped.
That was the wave of the heat. That was a huge barrel, man. We got 5 minutes remaining. Daliso Rodriguez
Oh
just
my!
got a gigantic pit. We'll replay it for you. He takes off, see, and as he drops the bottom, the whole thing just shelves over him, and he's in a sick scenario, and it spits and comes out.
That's pretty much everybody's dream right there, is just to come out with a giant spit on your back. And that was freaking Delos Rodriguez with a solid pit right there. That was amazing. Here's another angle.
Wow, this is the great angle. Look how deep he is. He's driving. He spits, comes out, and he just
Look at his arm
can't
go
see.
up right there.
Wow. And you know what? I wonder if he could have kept going into that second section. Oh, no, he was behind the warble. So it was a good call that he got out of there. It would have been very dangerous.
Oh my! If you're tuning in, you are watching an incredible event go down here at the NMD versus Fronton Pro. We know Jack is tuned in from Perth. Tim is in Mount Isa. Eric is working in Puerto Rico. Here's another look of what went down for Amaury Laverne's last wave.
So this is
Incredible.
the first wave of the set. Amaury skips down it, trying to get barreled, just doesn't get as deep as he needed to.
Look at this thing just unload.
He probably thought he was on the right wave of the heat, and then behind him, Ruben gets one, and then all of a sudden Daliso gets one, and Daliso goes straight to first place at 8.13. Daliso Rodriguez is in a really good scenario here. He's gotten into first place. Amaury is now in third. He needs a 7.19. The big backflip Diego did actually counted Manny. It seems like, unless we missed a wave.
We had to have missed a
We
wave.
must have missed a wave. So he's got a 6.25 somewhere, and that's his second highest scoring wave. So Amaury Laverne is in a precarious spot with a 7.19 needed to advance here. And it's cool. I mean, he's going to go big. He knows he's got 3.5 minutes. He's going to go balls to the wall in heavy Fronton. Tide is dropping. Waves are pulsing. What is he going to do? Do or die?
Don't take your eyes off the screen for the next 3 minutes, because we can possibly have a situation change between third and second place. Amaury Laverne in red from Reunion Island is on the hunt for a 7.19 wave. Totally possible out here in these conditions. Ruben Redondo, he's in a combination situation right now for second place. In 2 minutes, 50 seconds remaining, there is a slight possibility, but the chances are not looking good for Ruben. But Amaury, he is currently waiting out there in the red jersey, facing off with Diego and Delos. Jeff Hubbard and Manny V giving you the live feed from the NMD versus Fronton Pro. And ladies and gentlemen, there's something out the back coming in. It is marching in, and it's going to unload on the shallow reefs here at Fronton. Is anybody in position? Getting in position is key. You have to be in the right zone to take off on. Look at that left just draining. Oh, my. Here we go. Coming down to the wire. Hubby, guys, what do you got?
Oh, man, there's a set coming. There's a wave about to break.
Oh,
Amaury
no.
gets it.
Here it is.
Oh,
Oh,
my gosh.
my.
That was a deep pit. He's going for it. We knew he was going to go for it. We knew he had to go. He put himself over the ledge.
Where
threw
is
himself
he?
into the spot. They're looking. The boys in 1 and 2 are looking. What just happened? Is he going to take me out?
Oh.
So he's paddling back out. He's got to get back out quick. He's got a couple minutes left. I'm hoping this clock's right. I'm not sure if our time is the same as the time out there, but
It's been pretty spot on our
that's
time
great.
here.
So yeah, he's got a minute and a half to get back out there. Lineup's short, and look at this.
Oh, my God.
He wants it. He wants this win.
Look at this. I mean, anybody else, he makes it to the bottom, but sees down the line. He doesn't have the speed, and right here, eject button is pressed.
Oh, my gosh. He is so lucky he pulled out of that. He would have got destroyed.
My. And then when he got up and on his board, he started paddling 100%. There's no way I would be able to do that.
Yeah, that was impressive, man, that he got out of that scenario. He got in it and then got out of it. Like, to get out of that thing was hectic. I mean, maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, he must have had priority because everyone just let him go, and now he's going to have fourth priority, a minute left. Where's he going to be? What's he going to have to do? There's lines coming. 1 minute to go. Where's Amaury going to have to be in this situation? It's going to be pretty interesting.
Well, Amaury Laverne coming into this event is in the 9th position. He's pretty much solid to remain in the top seeds for the 2013 World Tour. Yeah. But he really would like to have a win here at the Fronton Pro, and it's not looking good right now. Round number 2, heat number 4, out in the water. Amaury Laverne currently in the 3rd position. Look at here. Here he is.
He's not done. Huge air belly forward. He comes out, and he's going to have to ride through it. Oh, my gosh. He's going to hold on. He's going to make it. But where is he going to end up on the rocks? What's it going to cost him?
He's going to hold on, isn't he? He's going to hold on.
There he is. So
he made it.
A huge air belly. Is that a 7.19? Is Diego Cabrera?
Look at the guys are stoked.
Wow. Is Diego Cabrera going to get dropped off? That's going to be an impressive score. What's going to happen?
Oh, my. So
right on the buzzer.
Did he do it? That is the question. Amaury Laverne in the red jersey looking for a 7.19. Was that enough?
Let's watch the replay.
They're already congratulating each other out the back, but Diego Cabrera may have gotten knocked out if the judges scored that maneuver from Amaury Laverne a 7.19 or more. Hang in here, Jeff. You're going to sit here until we see this.
Here's the replay. He goes up into an air forward. He's lofted up. It's really high. He lands into the vortex, and he peeks his head out for a second up on the corner, and then it pushes him back in. So he's coming back into the reef, and so there he is. He's coming in front of the wave, but he's in the foam for so long, which is the only problem, which might be the high score, but it could be a good surprise. We don't know. It's going to be unbelievable.
All right, so we're waiting for that last score to drop. Amaury Laverne, did he do it? Did he find that 7.19 that he needed to advance on, or will he remain in 3rd place? Ruben Redondo in the green jersey, he is in 4th place. That's not going to change, but it is Amaury Laverne. We're still waiting for that score to drop from Maz.
So I'm wondering if the judges are able to use a replay here, or they're going to be able to take their time. It's the last wave of the heat. They're going to really be able to take their time dropping in it here. So hopefully they get it right. I'm no judge. I don't know if he got it. I know it's an amazing move, and it took him a while to land it, but.
All right, you know what we're going to do, hubby guys? We're going to pay some bills right now, and hopefully we'll have that score when we come back right after this.
Yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Manny V here, and in the hot seat, Nick Mesritz, a.k.a. Mez. This is the NMD versus Fronton Pro, brought to you by Alpha Campaign, You Riding, 662 Mob, and Like. We did have a HD and mobile stream today. We are pumped, and look at that. Amaury Laverne coming up just short. Needed a 7.04, but came up with a 6.6 on that big air forward on that left-hander. So there you have it. Look at that. De Los Rodriguez holding on steady. Diego Cabrera, also fellow Canary Island, will advance on to round number 3. Unfortunately for Amaury Laverne and Ruben Redondo, They are now out of the event. So, Mez, very exciting day today. We saw some action. We had to wait until the tide to drop. Now it may have been dropped too much.
Yeah, I was just heard the contest organisers out there talking about it, if we're going to run the next heats or not. And the worry they have is that it's getting a bit low out there. And I'm sure the guys out there in the World Wide Web are saying, let's run it. But when you're here looking at it, 6-foot waves are coming in and 2 inches of water.
I know, it's crazy.
And it's don't want to risk the guys. Don't want to injure them. We've got swell for the next 4 days. We've got favourable winds, and no point injuring the guys out there just to run it. So they'll make the right decision. I mean, we can see the line stacking up out there through the window of the commentating booth, and
the small window.
Yeah, and there's a definite vibe when you're here. You can feel the energy that's coming because there's swell out there. You can just see it.
Well, let's do a quick rundown of what just happened as we wait for the call from our judges or from the organizers and the riders. They actually converge and have a meeting and decide together whether to run or not. But I think we may be leaning on holding off. But really quick, don't go anywhere. We'll let you know as you see the picture there on how shallow it is getting down there. So the first heat, it was Jake Stone who took that heat. Jake Stone, incredible riding.
Yeah, well, Jake's he's had a bit of I wouldn't say bad luck, but a bad run of late on the World Tour.
Yeah.
And he didn't get through the first heat, and he was pretty bummed about that. You could see it. His body language was, his shoulders were down, and the boys had a chat to him, and he sort of focused his strategies and had a few days to reflect. And the first wave he caught, he went, the wave shut down. He went sideways, and we all sort of sat there on the beach and said, "Oh, is he gonna, come back from this?" And he did. Like, he got an 8.5.
Yep.
Nice barrel to a clean invert. It didn't get that second scoring wave that he needed. Like an 8, but he stuck with it. He had a strategy, like I said, and he came through. So he's got the monkey off his back, and he's hanging for the next round.
Yeah, he along with Jason Finlay advance on to round number 3. You can see in the picture right in front of you. That's the decision going on. The meeting of the riders and the organizers, and I think there's maybe a couple judges in there as well, just to make sure that we want to make sure they're safe. That's pretty much the most important part, is if they're safe. And I'm telling you, I've been out there on 3 to 4 foot days, and it is shallow. I can't imagine what it's like out there, especially with some big bombs still coming through.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get some footage of what's out the back here, but we're looking again through the booth, and we can just see lines stacked up, and it's definitely picking up, and the tide's getting lower. So
I think we do have a wide angle shot that we've been showing you, and that's what they're looking at right now. The riders and everybody talking are looking at this right here. Massive sets coming in. That is easily a 6-7 foot wave, just unloading Mother Nature's raw power on the shallow reef here at Fronton. So the decision is going to be made whether or not to run. And you can see these bigger sets. The left looks good, but nothing on the right. And it's just starting to boil on the right-hander too.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost not contestable now with this tide. So we'll hear that call pretty soon. But there's plenty of good riding to come up. We're into the third round. And they're going to reseed for this one, I believe. And then we're going to have was it 3 per heat for this round, Manny?
We do have a 3-man heat in round number 3. First and second go on to round number 4. And third place will have an equal 17. So round number 3 is another elimination round. So that is definitely something you don't want to miss. Let's get back. Let's talk really quick about what went down as everybody's making the decision. And in round number 2, heat number 2, the two Canary Island riders, Aram Cabrera and Elliot Morales, were facing off with Sasha Specker and Dallas Singer. And Dallas was actually looking in top form, and Elliot Morales knocked him out of that second place spot towards the end of the heat. But Sasha Specker winning that heat, he is completely on a different level.
Well, he dominated that heat, totally, from start to finish. And he's carrying the form that he had in the trials. He's taking that into the main round. And he's just, like, his riding, it's really picked up, since I saw him last year. Looks in control, and his timing is just impeccable. He just knows where he is in the right place. He's stalling. He's doing the little turns for the setups, and he's just in control. And you can see that. So he, very deserved first there for Sasha Specker.
We saw in heat number 3 of round number 2, Brahim Idosh, the first Moroccan to qualify on the World Tour. Unfortunately, he ended up in third place, and Jonathan Vega tried to put together a showing towards the end of that heat, but came up short as well. But it was Johan Florentine, also a new face on the Grand Slam Series 2013. He advances on in second place, but it was Nelson Mora. Local knowledge obviously was showing with his performance in that heat.
Yeah, again, like the local guys, we've really seen it come to the fore today in these 4 heats we've had. And in the last heat, we just had Dallas Rodriguez there, just like, he's a man in the position. Like, you talk to the boys around here, and he's the guy that knows it like the back of his hand. He's a big unit. I heard the other day he's a ex-Spanish swimming champion, so he's not worried about the floggings. And back to Nelson, like he's of the same ilk. It's his home break. He's an older guy. He's not awed by the fact that he's surfing against Pro Tour guys.
Yep.
Takes that in his stride and dominated that heat again. So these guys are coming through. Like the Canary Island guys are really showing what they're made of out here, more so than last year. And I think these later rounds are going to have a pretty stacked representation from those boys.
All right, before we give you the lowdown on what went down on heat number 4, round number 2, here is a look at what went down today, the main event. These are the best waves that went down
today and yesterday.
Today and yesterday, some of the top scoring waves.
Sunday, sorry, Manny, Sunday.
Exactly. I'm following your lead, but
yeah.
These are some of the top scoring waves that went down during the event, and Ryan Hardy's 8.7 wave, amazing. We saw just a super deep wave from Ryan Hardy that came in at 8.7, and I believe Jake Stone's 8.5 was this morning.
Well, that was the one from this morning. We see there it's round 2, heat 9, so that's his wave from this morning, and we've already talked about that wave, and that was the one that carried Jake through that heat. Down to Guillermo Cobo there he's back in round 1. So the ones from today, we've got Elliot Morales, heat 10, and Dallas Rodriguez in heat 12. And that one of Dallas was just amazing. I think that was that throaty barrel, just pulled it deep behind the peak, just came through and then claimed it, then went down looking for lobsters as it closed down on the reef. So,
well, as you can see, the rest of the riders, we saw Sasha Specker's name up there twice. You see it on there twice. He is actually Elliot Morales as well, but Sasha Specker, man, he is he's on. That's all I can say. He's on.
Well, that heat domination we were talking about is right there for all to see. He's got 2 of the best scoring heats, and that's both in the same heat.
Yeah.
So we've got an 8 and a 7.75. So without looking at the stats, I'm sure he's got the highest aggregate so far of the contest, and backs up what we're talking about.
Well, De Los Rodriguez, as you can see him right there in the middle of the pack, 8.13. That's what pretty much solidified that win in heat number 4 of round number 2. He, along with Diego Cabrera, fellow Canary Island rider, will advance on to round number 3 in heat number 4. Unfortunately, the 2010 world champion, Omri Laverne, has now ended his shot for a Fronton win here, ends up in 3rd place in that heat. Ruben Redondo put a great showing in that heat as well, ended up in 4th. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the best waves and a quick rundown on what went down in round number 2. So we're still waiting and standing by to hear what the call has been made. And it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we will stay tuned for more action and round number 3. So this is what what is going to happen. We are going to put it on hold for tomorrow. We will have a check-in time tomorrow at 8 a.m. Canary Island time here in Fronton. So again, the NMD versus Fronton Pro is now on hold. We will have a call time, next call, 8 a.m., but I guarantee we are going to rock and roll tomorrow bright and early, so make sure you're tuning. This is the NMD versus Fronton Pro, brought to you by U Riding, Alpha Campaign, 662 Mob, and Like Bodyboard. Go to those pages on their Facebook, like it, and just, make sure you're supporting those that are supporting bodyboarding. And U Riding, Wave of the Day, make sure you get on there and have a chance to win a full package of T-shirts from one of their sponsors. Anchor Point Morocco is the Wave of the Day. That's where you can go play and win real prizes. So Manny V here. Nick, any last words you want to say to all the viewers tuning in from all over the world?
Thanks for tuning in, and get up bright and early or late, whatever it is for you guys tomorrow, because it's going to get better conditions. We've got all the top guys out, and it's really going to start to crack from here on in. So
that's right.
Get your sleep while you can get it.
Yeah, the swell is still rising. We do have a higher tide in the morning, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see what's going to go down tomorrow. So for Nick and all the entire crew, the web guys, the judges, everybody else, Craig is tuning in right now. Let's, hand that over here. This is the immediate seed for the third round. I don't know if that's in the way right there, but just the first heat, we'll name that because we can go all the way down, and we will put this on the IBA Facebook page. Jared Houston, Yere Martinez, Dalo Rodriguez. Don't want to miss that. That will start off tomorrow's competition. So we're going to get the full seed to you later on today, and it's going to be an amazing. You know what? I don't even want to look at it. I know you're looking at it, but it's going to be action-packed. So that's it from Fronton, just on the outskirts of Galdar, on the northwest corner of Gran Canaria. We will see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, see you then.
All right, peace out. I'm going to play you riding, and we will have a Google Hangout tonight, 7:30. We'll be at Tu Mismo Cafe. Super low-budget video stream, but you know what? Come and talk to some of the pros that usually hang out there. So Google Hangout, 7:30, Canary Island time. That's it. We're done. We'll see you tomorrow.